Trump administration policies have sought to stop illegal immigration and target undocumented immigrants living in the U.S.
Most of the attention has been along the Mexican border, but these same policies are playing out along the Canadian border, too.
Ike Bendavid and producer Daniela Fierro got a closer look at what happens along our northern border and if agents are focusing on the migrant farm workers in our region.
The surge in immigrants along the Mexican border and the political battle over the border wall have been the primary focus of the immigration debate in the last few years. But America's longest border, that's to the north, including a long, largely unprotected section right through our region, the Border Patrol. It's broken down into sectors, including the Swanton sector. That's what covers right in our region. It's a 295-mile stretch across New York, Vermont, and New Hampshire. Now, we got a chance to get a close look at the work border agents are doing to enforce immigration laws.
On the U.S.-Canadian border, agent in charge Richard Ross is on patrol.
We're responsible for detecting and interdicting illicit cross-border traffic between the ports of entry.
Ross oversees 32 miles of the Swanton sector, and 2 of those miles include Lake Memphremagog. Right now, that lake is frozen with anglers ice fishing.
There are a few people on the Canadian side, one guy right on the line, and that's a common occurrence. That's what we see pretty much everyone.
Is this okay?
Yes.
And why is that?
Yeah. They're all right. They're on the line. They have not crossed. That's where they're set up.
That's the kind of challenge border agents face when Americans and Canadians are living as neighbors. In some places, directly across the street from each other.
All of these houses that we're looking at here are in Canada. So that neighborhood is Canadian.
And this is just right off the road?
Yes.
But most of the border in our region runs through fields and forests. Unguarded areas attractive to people looking to smuggle in drugs or illegal immigrants into the United States. Border Patrol uses a combination of manpower, cameras, and relationships with neighbors to stop illegal crossings.
Over the last couple of years, we've had an increase in traffic. Last year, sector-wide, we caught people from 52 different countries.
Coming in places right like this?
Coming in places that look very much like this.
This shows the last 10 years, the number of people detained by Border Patrol for illegally crossing into the Swanton sector. After trending downward for 7 straight years to a low of 291 in 2016, the number of people caught illegally crossing the border soared to over 1,000 last year. Now, why is that? Border Patrol points to a change in Canadian immigration policy, which has led to an increase in undocumented immigrants, mostly from Central America, trying to come through Canada to the United States.
Anywhere there's an area to exploit will be exploited by transnational criminal organizations. So whether it's people or contraband, they're going to attempt to smuggle it in any number of spots along the line here.
And we're seeing that in 2020?
Oh, absolutely.
But Border Patrol is not just focused on the border. Agents have full jurisdiction in all 50 states. Together with ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, they have the authority to detain people living in the U.S. in violation of immigration laws.
We're patrolling the border. Some of those roads, there's farms integrated throughout the entirety of the area of responsibility for Swanton sector.
That is a great concern for undocumented migrant farm workers, people living and working on dairy farms in our region who've told us they live in fear of Border Patrol.
I'm too scared to leave because I know I'm not safe.
Ross says his agents would not be called upon to raid a local farm, but if they encounter someone they suspect to be here illegally, they'll do their job.
We're not obligated to ignore that, and we'll deal with that like we would if I caught somebody just coming across the border. We have to determine what the status is and how to proceed in dealing with that individual.
Border Patrol makes it clear that they are not looking for undocumented farm workers, but Mexicans do top the list of nationalities intercepted in the Swanton sector last year, followed by Romanians, Haitians, Indians, and Guatemalans.
Well, Ike, what about the mobile checkpoints that we've been seeing?
Yeah, Agent Ross told me that this is nothing new. Within 100 miles of the border, agents have the authority to search without a warrant. When we asked why the mobile checkpoints have picked up in the last few years, he says it's operational tempo. And I'm told that refers to the timing, location, and frequencies of the checkpoints, making them a little more unpredictable. But this has not been a change in policy.
Good report, Ike.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.